Not only do Brooke and myself got a lot going on in the back, there's a lot going on in the front. Mr. Greg is here to build. And what I like about this saddle, y'all, it is super light. I don't have to sling it up there or anything. Let's go move them chickens because we don't want to keep them locked up too long. I guess you could say today is the day of moving because there's a lot of moving going on today. Good morning, Cog Squad. Hope y'all are having a gorgeous, beautiful, and wonderful day today. Beautiful outside today. We've had a lot cooler weather here than we've had in the past few weeks, but not cold, but cooler enough to put on a light jacket. And I do want to talk about the roses real quick. And I told y'all I sprayed them with a spray called, or a treatment called Gravix. I think that was the correct name of it. And it's working. I can still see, I see buds. I was worried about that, y'all. Okay, I thought the freeze may have killed all my buds off, but now I'm starting to see a lot of buds. And the buds don't have the powdery mildew on it, which is awesome. All right, getting back to the powdery mildew. It has definitely pretty much done what it's supposed to do. I will respray again, and which was 7 days from when I sprayed, which will be on Friday. And I will respray again. It's definitely working though. I don't see it spreading at all. The plant looks really healthy. You can see where it was. I don't know if you can see it right here, but it is definitely killed off that powdery mildew. Now this stuff is a preventative maintenance type spray. This is something that I don't have to spray every single day. It doesn't kill it instantly, but within 24 to 48 hours, it does spread systemically, and it works from the inside out. Now, a lot of y'all ask me, why am I spraying it if it is a systemic type fungicide? Why am I spraying it? Why don't I pour it on the roots and let it uptake through the roots? I'm going by what the directions say and what I was told to do. Now, this plant, your leaves and all, it's kind of like your skin of your body. You know, you put something on your skin, it will absorb it. And that's what happens here. So when we spray this with that fungicide, it will soak it in through the leaves and get inside the plant and start working immediately. And that's what's happening here. So I don't have to drench it. This is not a drench, this is a foliage spray. I've tried so many different things and nothing has worked here. Now, not to say that some of these other things will not work, a lot of the homemade things, but let me tell y'all, we are in a high humid subtropical climate here. And the only thing that powdery mildew affects are my American pillar roses. It doesn't get on any of my other roses. So that lets me know that this American pillar just has a hard time fighting powdery mildew. Again, if I had to do this all over again, I wouldn't have planted the American pillar rose. I'd have planted Peggy Martin, who's a lot more disease resistant, okay? Just what I would have done. But I want to try to save this because this is 3+ years of growth here, and I don't want to start all over again. So if I can get a handle on this and figure out what works, then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm thinking this is working. I absolutely thinking this is working. I don't see it anywhere, y'all, and I'm starting to see a lot of buds come out, which is fantastic. Now, on to some other news. That got a lot going on today. This is really got a lot going on today. Mr. Greg is coming to start on my little road that goes to the shop because we've just been traveling so much over there. He's scheduled to come today if he can. We're about to go move the chickens because we locked them up last night. And Brooke and myself are gonna get started on the back here. Let's go move them chickens because we don't want to keep them locked up too long. All right, Holly, load on up, girl. Load on up. We gotta move the chickens. This will be the first time moving the chickens in the new coop. Yeah, and I'm gonna use the side-by-side. I sure am. Let's see how it goes. Because normally you have to use the tractor, but not today if it goes properly. You ready? You better see it. Good girl. Let's go do it. All right, girls, I know y'all are antsy. I know y'all are antsy. Come on down, y'all. Come on. Woo, girls. Come on. Come on. What y'all think? Hmm? How y'all like that? All right. What'd you think about the first time moving it? What's your opinion?
I'm moving the new coop.
Versus what we were doing.
It's much easier.
Much easier, isn't it?
Much easier. No more stabilizing jacks.
No more moving 8 concrete blocks.
No more moving 8 concrete blocks. No more bringing the tractor in here.
Right.
Uh,
No more putting the wire spool under the front.
that's true. It's better.
It was way quicker.
Way quicker. Way more efficient.
The only thing that took a while, of course, is the fence. But all in all, I would say it's probably, what, a good hour faster? 45 minutes?
It cuts it in half for sure.
Yeah.
If not better.
Yeah, definitely.
I got 37 eggs this morning.
Wow.
And 3 were in the new box.
3 eggs in the new box.
3 eggs in the new box. So 32 in the other boxes because there were 2 on the on the ledge. But you see this Lavender Orpington, she's about to go in now. And you know, we gather first thing in the morning, of course, throughout the day. If we waited till late afternoon,
yeah,
we'd be approaching 50, but
yeah.
hey girl, it's okay.
Go on in, girl.
Look at them lined up.
Y'all got plenty.
Got plenty of space.
Plenty. Y'all got 10 foot of nesting boxes over here now.
No. 14.
Oh, 14 foot of nesting boxes. Sorry. 14
foot of nesting box.
Look at here. All right. I just want to know what you thought about it. I think the same thing, and it was different moving it for sure.
Now we got another one.
Goodness gracious.
It was different in a good way.
Y'all, I've got to tell you something that someone sent me, and it's about buckets. Buckets. Now, I've been using these here feed buckets right here. This is your normal hanging feed bucket that hangs on your fence like this right here for years and years and years and years and years and years. But years and years and years, I've always used these style buckets, especially with our horses. You know, we've talked about it. We've had horses in the past and got out of horses, and now back in, well, at least I'm back into horses. The horses are kind of all kind of my deal, my thing per se. Not that everybody don't love the horses, they love the horses, but you know what I mean. And this is what I've always used, the real big, heavy duty hanging buckets like this. But someone reached out to me, has a senior horse in its 30s, said that they switched over to a bucket called the Better Bucket. I've never seen this before, never. It's made different, and it's made where a horse can get its head in there a lot easier, in the shape of a horse's head. And I ordered 3 of them, and I got them from Jeffers because they had the best deal on them. They're going to be here this week, and I cannot wait to see if those work. They look awesome. The front kind of extends out like this, and it's just shaped different. And it says it's, you know, mainly they showed every, you know, all type of livestock using it. But when I started researching it, a lot of the horse community out there loves those buckets. So got 3 of them coming, and can't wait to try them. But for now, we're just going to use this here bucket. Getting Maggie's food ready this morning. Speaking of Maggie, there were some people wanting to know how come Dr. D didn't check Maggie's teeth when he was here yesterday and did everybody else's, you know, with this table, this little hydraulic table thing and all that. And well, several reasons. Y'all know in the video before last, he came and looked at Maggie and checked Maggie out, and Maggie was fine. We knew that the previous owners had already checked her teeth or had her teeth done not that long ago. She's not dropping any food. She's a much younger horse than those guys are. And he did feel around in there with his hands and all, pinpointed that her teeth had recently been done, and more likely she did not need anything done. Now, if she'd been dropping food, different story. But since she wasn't dropping food, there was no signs that Maggie needed to be, you know, sedated or semi-sedated and put on the machine and looked at and all that kind of good stuff. So that's how come Miss Maggs did not get her teeth checked out with all that equipment in the previous video. By the way, extremely windy day today. Very windy. On a day like today, my mic's gonna work, but it's not gonna be, you know, like it normally is. I just want to let you guys know that I'm gonna do my best to try to keep the wind noise out of the video, because I don't like watching videos that has a lot of wind noise, and I know y'all don't like watching it, so I'm gonna do my best with that today, but it is pretty rough out there. Hey, girl. All right, Maggie. Maggie's really not set up for, this area is not set up for a hanging bucket to be put down right there. Right there. I want to answer a quick question, and that is, why do I put my bucket down so low for the horses? That seems like that's too low. Now, if you watch a horse graze, I mean, a horse can get a piece of grass that's an inch off the ground, okay? So this right here will mimic their natural way of eating. Now, this is just the way I've been taught, okay? But this will mimic their natural way of eating. Maggie says, hello, y'all. And y'all, that is awesome, because she has been nervous of that camera since I've been here. Hadn't you, girl? Yes, ma'am. Got you some grain right here this morning. Yeah, I'm gonna go get you hay. I'm gonna go get you hay, girl. Yeah. That is the more natural way of a horse to eat. Plus, also I've been told that that does help with a choking situation and sometimes colic. So that's why I put the bucket low instead of up higher. And if we got time today, which I'm gonna make time, we're gonna saddle Maggie up and I'll show you guys. Maggie getting saddled up here today. Yeah, got Mr. Greg coming, and me and Mama gotta do a bunch of work in the back, but we're gonna make horse time for everybody. We sure are. We sure are. She is an awesome horse, I'm gonna tell y'all. Willie's over. Y'all gonna be together soon. Yep, sure are. Soon as Dr. D gives me the green light, okay? All right there, girlfriend. I know you're done eating it. That feel like that dropped down. I need to tighten that up. Oh, goodness. What's up, honey? We're gonna let y'all over here too. Soon as Dr. D gives us the green light. Just being extra cautious around here, okay? Yeah, we are. Extra cautious. Right there, Ernest. How you doing this morning? Can you give me a fist bump? Nugget likes to give me fist bumps. Can you give me one? All right. Thank you, sir. How you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Huh? You doing okay this morning? I just couldn't. It's hard to walk past Loretta and not come over here and pet her, because she's got so much character and personality. Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. All right, girlfriend. All right, Maggie. Whoa. Whoa. I always like to brush them first before we put a saddle on a horse. And y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. It has been, gosh, me and Brooke were talking about it. It has been over 10 years since I've truly ridden a horse and really saddled a horse up. I did saddle Riska up one time just for a few minutes and let Mary Carl walk around with her some. But other than that, 10 years, so I know I'm a little rusty. I don't want her to feel that though. I don't want to feel any nervous. If you don't know this, a horse can sense and feel your heart rhythm, your heartbeat. That's what they claim. So if you're nervous and your heart's beating real fast or that anxiety, they can sense it. I just want to brush her before we put the saddle on her and see how she does. I know I need to adjust those stirrups. I'm going to do that while I got her on there. I had it for Mary Carl last time I used it, and I'm going to have to let them down just a little bit, Maggie. Now we're going to take our saddle pad, and you always do it from the left side. That's the way you're always taught. We're going to put our saddle pad on right here. I'm going to put it up high and probably slide it down some right there. Just let her get used to it. This is different. I'm using a different saddle, probably a different saddle pad right there. Now I do have a really, really nice wool saddle pad. I really do. And a really nice saddle pad. She's a wide body horse in my opinion. A really nice saddle pad can compensate for some things if most everybody can't afford or has a custom built saddle. Because what if you got more than one horse you ride? You know what I mean? And a custom built saddle would be extremely expensive. So most everybody just gets kind of a universal type saddle that will fit their horse or horses. And if you got a nice saddle pad, then this is just what I've been taught. Now, I'm just giving y'all what I've been taught. Will compensate for some things if you don't have a custom fit saddle. There you go. I'm trying to think, man. I've ridden with so many people over the years. I don't know a single one that had a custom built saddle now. But I got a really good saddle pad and I got a really good saddle. And this is a trail saddle. And what I like about this saddle, y'all, it is super light. I don't have to sling it up there or anything. No, not at all, do we, Maggie? I mean, it is really light. I got plenty of room up here. That fits really good, I think, y'all. That fits great. I like the way that fits. Some of you horse people on there, what do y'all think that looks like? It fits great, don't it? Oh, that wind's gonna blow my camera over. That was a big gust. I like that, Maggie. I think that's gonna be okay for what little bit we wanna do around here. I really do. I'll make sure my saddle pad's the same on each side here. Yep. She's doing well though, y'all. She really is. Oh yeah, saddle pad's even. Looks good. Looking good, girl. Now, when I go underneath her belly here, because I got to get her cinch. That's what this is called right here. I'm going to have my hand touching her belly, and I'm going to reach around and grab the cinch right here, which I got. And then we're just going to cinch her up a little bit. And what you'll find is, if I were to ride her, I would probably do this more than once right here. Because a lot of time, they'll kind of puff themselves up because they know that cinch is coming. And your saddle will get loose on you. So that's why before we actually were to ride her, we would do this more than once right here. Right there. And you don't want it too tight now. You want her to be able to breathe. Yeah. But you don't want your saddle to come off at the same time. Center up just a little bit more here. Right there. That was pretty good. Maggie, you're doing well, girl. I know I need to let these down. Yeah, I probably will cinch it up one more time there before I'd actually ride her. Not too tight though, we don't want it too tight. But I don't want to fall off either. That's just something I'll get the feel of with her. Alright, let's let these down just maybe one more time here. Yeah. Maybe one more time here, Maggie. You're doing good, girl. Yes, you are. There we go. And we may adjust this too. But we're going to put it there for now. Right there. Yep, right there, girl. Doing well. You're doing well. I mean, she is. This is. It's pretty awesome. I mean, she is being as calm as a cucumber right now. Are cucumbers calm? You're doing well. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. If you ever own horses, you know, you could have one that's moving around, bouncing around, all that kind of good stuff. This also tells me she's comfortable in the saddle. If she was hurting or something was pinching or she was uncomfortable, she'd be pawing, kicking, moving, you know, something besides what she's doing here. And I think this is good. All right, I'm gonna move that other one down a notch, baby. Yep, we're gonna get it moved a notch down. You are doing so good, Miss Maggie. I mean, this is a lot going on. A lot of noise, a lot of, you know, it's a lot going on right here. And her being this patient is awesome. It really is awesome. All right, girl, I'm gonna put this back on. I gotta go move that other one. It should be on the back side, not the front side. The buckle. Right there. Doing great, girl. You are doing great. Look at there. Look at there. Right there. While I got her saddled up, I'm gonna brush her mane here. Just letting her know, hey, we're good. Everything's good. I want you to get used to the saddle. I want you to get used to me. Yep. But I am going to lead her around with the saddle on. Just to see if she shows any signs of, hey, I don't like this. I just want to see how she does, honestly. I just want to see how she does. Okay, back it up. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Good girl. Good girl. All right, come on, let's go. That girl. Yep. Ears are fine. I'm leading her, she's not leading me. I know I'm away from the camera, but I'm more worried about Maggie than I am the camera right now. Y'all just gonna have to trust me. She's looking great, looking good. Leading, she leads well, so she's definitely been worked with a lot, y'all. She knows I'm comfortable, I'm not nervous, she's not nervous. Willie's over there fussing. She didn't pay me any attention. Good girl. It's a lot going on, got animals over here. A lot going on. She's doing well, y'all. Really, really well. Loretta's over there honking now. I'm not gonna move that camera. I don't want to scare her. Y'all gonna have to trust me. See if I can set my phone up right here without the wind blowing it down. Y'all can see us. My mic may cut off if I walk off too far, but let's see if this will work. She's doing great. You're doing really good. Head down. She's doing great. I love it. Love it. The saddle is, she showed no interest in that saddle at all. Good job, Maggie. I mean, y'all, she did great. Led just like this the whole way. Here, that's good. ears, no pen. I mean, her body language is awesome right now. Awesome. All right, let's get you tied up here. You did well. See if I can cinch it up here. See, she's getting a little loose now, so we could, see how much more I can cinch that up. Y'all see that? It's because she's relaxed, and so that's why you always want to check that more than once before you get on it and go. All right, coming off with your saddle. Let's go. Tell you, that saddle's so light. Love it. Take your pad off. There you go. Gonna brush you one more time here. So we made 2 trips around the entire pasture perimeter with her saddle on. She did very well. Very, very well. Always remember with horses, and I'm sure most everybody will agree with me on this. Whatever you do on one side, you do to the other side. No matter what it is. Whatever you do to one side, you do it to the other side. If you brush one side, brush the other side, regardless if it needs it or not. One more thing I like. So I just made her work. Now, you know, horses, I mean, they're just like us. I mean, who wants to go to work, right? I've owned horses in the past. You make them do a little something. You ride them, you make them work, you walk around, you lead them. Just like this, just then. As soon as I turn them loose, they're gone. I don't want to be around that fella. He's going to make me work. Maggie's not like that. So far. All right, girl, I appreciate you. Thank you for being a gentle lady. Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe me and you going to be buddies for a while. Yeah. Hey, Jesse. Hey. How's everybody doing over here? Doing good? Good deal. Good deal. Hey, I'm about to go over there. Brooke and myself, we're going to get started on the back garden. Yeah. I'm going to try my best to move some rocks and get that gravel put around the greenhouse over there. You saying? That's my plan. I can get that done today. If I can get that done today. So that is my plan, y'all. So y'all know that around the greenhouse back there in the back, it is just weed mat. And I've been going back and forth. What do I want to put around it? I thought about putting some grass back there. But then I had to bring in several loads of dirt because the grass ain't going to grow in that rocky, gravelly mess I got. And then I thought, man, that's going to be so much upkeep. I'm going to have to keep it weed-eated around the fence lines and around the greenhouse and around any pots and planters I got back there. And I think it'd just be a lot easier if I spray back there with vinegar and salt. And what eventually will happen is, and y'all be careful with that. I want to make that clear. Sorry, y'all. I didn't know my mic wasn't on. I hope we're good there. But we're gonna regroup because I want y'all to be careful with that vinegar and salt weed killer, okay? Because that salt is what you got to be careful with. Now, if it's an area that you're never, ever, 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 ever going to plant anything, somewhere that you don't want anything to ever grow, you're going to be safe. Because what'll happen is that salt will build up in your soil and it will become stagnant. It will become stale. Won't hardly anything, and I mean anything, will no longer grow in that spot anymore, okay? So y'all be very careful with your vinegar and salt homemade weed killer, because that salt's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay in that soil for a long time. So I just want y'all to know that, and I don't want y'all to start using that around some flower beds, and then all of a sudden your flowers start dying and you don't know why. It's probably because you got way too much sodium in the soil there. So just be careful with that around where you want stuff to grow, because it will spread. It's not going to stay in that one little area. Now, it ain't going to spread no 100 yards, but, it can leach out, a little ways there. And I just don't want you to, lose a bunch of plants there. And it's something you won't be able to correct unless you dig all that soil out, okay? But we're going to go move some rocks. And where we're going to get the rock from, is on, y'all know where we got the fence with the iron gate we just did. And that's kind of on Brooke's mom's side where that pergola is. There's a whole bunch of rocks there, and we're going to do something different in that area. So our plan is to get all those rocks out and move them to around the greenhouse. And hopefully we got enough that we don't have to buy any. That's what we're hoping for. Fingers crossed on that, okay? We don't have to buy any rocks. Then, I've been telling Brooke this, I would love to put that pergola in front of the greenhouse. And we'll see how that looks. We'll see how far we get. But that's what we're about to go do, guys. Yeah. And you have a wonderful rest of the day. You hear me? You and Jesse both. I'm going to go help Brooke move some rocks. I guess you could say today is the day of moving. Because there's a lot of moving going on today. Lots of moving. This being moved, that being moved, this being moved, that's going to be moved. Moving this, that, and yonder. Moving day. I must say, that looks a sight quite better right there. Definitely looks better. Now I want to put this pergola right here. And hopefully we can do that. I mean, I know we can do it. I just don't know how much I'm going to have to take apart to do it with. This thing's made out of aluminum, but it is heavy. A lot heavier than what you think. And I don't know, I just think it would look good right here. The only thing that I am a little worried about is that this is not level here. I know it don't show on camera really well, but it's a slant right here. And if I can get it where to the eye it looks level, I don't care if it's 100% level, but when you look at it, it looks level. That would be great, and not have to do a whole bunch of modifications over here. That's what I'm hoping for, but I can't tell until I put it together and get it put up there. And I say I mean, you can pick it up, like, I mean, it's not like it weighs 5,000 pounds, but it weighs a couple of 100 pounds, and so we may end up taking more of this apart to get it set up. We'll see. I might get Caden to come help me do this too. I might see if he can ride over here and help me. I thought if me and him got on one side and lifted this up, we could hold it up. I hold this side, and Brooke put the legs under it with it put together, and then let it rest. Come over here, me and him pick this side up, and Brooke put the legs on it and let it rest, and that might work. Now, we're not done with the rocks over there. You can see we still got some area over here. We got to get that handle. That's the really only spot about halfway on the back side. Let me go show you. I say halfway. We got this back side here. We need to put some rocks down. And then we got down through here, we need to put the gravel down right through here. And then that will be all done and taken care of. And then I'm going to come back with landscape timbers and come down through here with landscape timbers to separate these two sides and keep the rocks in play. Now for this area, I think we're going to plant some grass seed in here once we get most of the rocks out. And I don't know, come up with a good idea of something to go right here. Not only do Brooke and myself got a lot going on in the back, there's a lot going on in the front. Mr. Greg is here to build us a little road to the shop. so we're not constantly, well, it's gonna make the grass up. It looks terrible. The grass is not growing there. It's causing some erosion. So we're gonna put a proper road or drive to the shop, and that's what we got going on out front. Lots happening over here. We've talked about it before, but really in depth on exactly what we're doing out here with Mr. Greg and this new little drive to the shop. But he is, you can see he's moving some topsoil for us here. He's cutting this down, and we're going to use that topsoil for something, maybe around bags, somewhere. We'll figure it out. Definitely not going to let that go to waste. But our plans is that he's building a, let me show you. You don't see the sheriff over there. He's been monitoring this like a hawk. I hope Mr. Greg don't get a ticket in the mail, that's all I'm saying. We're gonna come down through here, okay? He's gonna put a big pipe in right here. We're gonna come to drive, or that road, it's not really a road, drive. It's gonna come up through here, just like so, and come on down through here, just like so, and go to the shop, or the shabarn over there, okay? You can see he's been hard at it today. So one thing that I haven't talked about, I don't think I talked about it. So I've got a trail down through here now, okay? And it doesn't look great. And when it rains, it's bad. And so I asked Mr. Greg, could he build me, when he's coming off this drive here, build me a drive down through yonder, and it looked nice. And he said he could. So that's the plan, is to build me a drive to here. And that way, this will look nice as well. It won't look, you know, and get muddy and all that, because I'm pretty much done wore that grass out right yonder. All right, y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with us today. Appreciate y'all helping us around the farm, moving the chickens, moving some rocks, seeing Mr. Greg. We appreciate y'all. Catch you on the next one. Can't wait to show you what's happening next around here. In the meantime, love y'all. Y'all be good.